Hello, wonderful people, and welcome to Critical Misses. I am Pope, your narrator for Masks Advanced Studies. Happy to have you here with us, and more happy to introduce you to these amazing storytellers that will be playing our young heroes. First up, Layla, how you doing? What you've been up to, and who are you playing?
I'm back, baby. Hi, I'm Layla. What have I been up to as Layla or as Starla?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. We love the yes. I've been really busy. I started a new job and I started going into rehearsals for a new show. So I have yes, I know, right? I have about 45 minutes every day in between that job and whatever I'm doing next to relax. And then wait, what was the last question? My brain is not working. I apologize.
Don't worry about it. Someone who has nothing to worry about is Loki, played by Faye. How you doing, friend?
I'm doing great. Hi, I'm Faye. I play Loki. who is the Nova, and just exists to cause Pope all kinds of problems, to be honest. It's great fun.
Not just in character, but also out of character, as we have had discussions about cake
Aspects.
and its definitions.
I will get one in this game. I swear.
Blancmanges, this is what's going to happen. Someone who does not have to fear the blancmange is Kayla. How are you doing, friend? Who are you playing and what are you up to?
I'm doing all right. My name is Kayla Belmont, and I'm going to be playing Strider, the protege.
Awesome. And the traditional recap for all of our comic book readers. Recently, within Mask's Advanced Studies, our heroes have run up against a number of villains, anti-heroes, etc. But of note in the last issue was the absconding of the Mark by Wiley, leaving a delightful another black rose and a note right out from the cafe, right out in front of Loki, in just a blink of the eye. Coming back to reconvene with Strider after a heart-to-heart with Strider's mentor Vale, trying to come up with the next step, as well as get some rest. All of a sudden, the sounds of pursuit buzzed by the base. Safe and sound, noted villains, anti-heroes. They're in the acquisition business, but they have a code. Who had recently acquired a bit of tech from a noted villain of the Silver Age, a Baron von Schmutz. And von Schmutz was in hot pursuit, even though he was retired. The good Baron gave good chase, as our heroes decided to skip class and do some heroics. There was a fight. The device was purloined from Safe and Sound's grasp, but unfortunately activated and went through space and time, tearing space and time a new hole, or series of holes. It was bad. But the ramifications we haven't felt yet. Not entirely. With this knowledge, von Schmutz stopped from rampaging, Safe and Sound quickly running away, or disappearing. Depends on how you look at it. Von Schmutz was taken by the police, returned to their domicile. After further discussions between Loki and Strider, they decided to pay a visit to the old man at his mansion, where they found him and all of his doomsday devices gone. Very not good. And it was at this point that they realized that there was one thread they had yet to pull on. The House of Secrets. And so, a little bit around 11 p.m., just a half hour before the witching hour, they walked onto that strange property, walked up to the front door, let themselves in. Door closed behind them as they view the foyer. Fireplace igniting on its lonesome. and a figure long since forgotten appearing before them. Well, it's been a while since I've had visitors. So, what brings you to this forlorn place?
A talking cat.
Do I know who this is? What they look like, or are they just kind of a shroud at the moment?
They're somewhat shadowed.
Okay.
You can tell from the shadow they're well dressed. The firelight somehow, is it magic? Is it just angling? Is this person overly dramatic? As the firelight just hits that side of the eye, the shadows are long and they know precisely where to stand.
Mhm.
This person either has immaculate timing or they know the placement of this house impeccably.
Do I recognize what they're wearing from
You're
when I
not
saw the
there.
figure? Oh, that's true.
We'll get to you in a moment. But yeah, no, there is a well-dressed masculine figure standing in shadow, beckoning you in.
I'm gonna been reading the files.
Okay.
See what we can find out about this. Nope. I don't know shit about
potential.
this. Yeah.
You do not know, and I'm not surprised that you don't.
Mhm.
As this figure has removed themselves from recent history.
Mhm. So who's in this room right now? Us? Sorry.
The two of you, this shrouded figure,
Mhm.
and to give a visual illustration, you are standing in the foyer.
Mhm.
Wood paneling, wood floors, sort of warm, musty smell of fire, the fireplace in what looks to be a large lounge. Scattered accoutrements. There's a number of pieces of eclectic furniture. Lion-footed coffee table, high-backed red leather chair, a wicker rocking chair sitting diagonally from it. One of those garish love seats from the 1970s, Americana, tan with, like just the prints of like barns and silos and horses on it. As well as in front of the fire, large woven rug, and then what appears to be a taxidermied Kodiak bear just standing near the wood stairs doing this. And that's just a bit of the furniture.
Nice place. Do you use like varnish on the wood, or is that just like a magic thing?
House takes care of itself for the most part. It just needs someone to keep it safe.
Look to Loki.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is the guardian of the house. So,
Oh.
I have a problem with a bitch I like to call a coyote. His name is Wiley. He's a dick. And we think he might be trying to steal some things from you. I would also like... Can I see the library?
Rather presumptuous, you two.
I mean, I haven't asked anything, to be fair. Except about the varnish, but we are here to help, I think.
You do the weird time shit.
Hey,
And the
look,
magic.
Oh, you're talking to him.
I'm talking to him.
Okay.
Your weird time shit, that's another thing.
Yeah, that's a big thing altogether, which is different. Yeah.
I have learned when dealing with others that use magic of any kind, it's best to just be upfront and direct, because a lot of us are we get bored easily, to say the least.
I feel like magic folks like riddles a lot. I feel like
Riddles are overrated.
Yeah, they're
really. I don't know. I kind of like a good classic like room, and there's just be like, there's a riddle you must solve, or you will die here today, heroes. That's always fun.
Yeah, that feels more like a villainy thing.
True.
I'm just trying to speed things up. Like, he's got a better grasp of the time shit than me. I just kind of fuck around. And then we deal with the consequences. But the cat did tell me, don't do it here. Or try not to do it here.
So basically, Guardian. We.
Name's Julian.
Well, nice to meet you. I'm Strider. This is Loki.
Nice to meet you.
We are under, Wiley, as well as the Corp, has been going around stealing a lot of stuff while the soups are away. And we think they're on their way here, so.
Well, I guess I can let you into the library. Just there's a lot of things that you really shouldn't touch.
Yeah, I think we're not gonna touch stuff, right? Right, Loki?
You don't get to say shit to me.
What?
You're putting a big red button in front of
Hey, it's not my big red button. It's his big red button. And we shouldn't touch somebody else's button, right?
Dude, I sent the possum into the Feywild.
Yeah, but she didn't mean to do that. I'm just...
Big red buttons are kind of my thing.
You're worse than my former apprentice.
Wait, who was your former apprentice?
A dead man.
Ominous.
To be fair, I have consumption trying to eat me, so it's fine.
Yes, definitively worse. Come this way.
Yay.
And yes, you walk through this Victoriana-style manor. Its hallways twist and turn. And as they do so, the furnishings change almost as much as the direction. They have different themes of different times. Many a cubby hole, many a glass case, holding something that, to the eyes of our readers, was forgotten, or something that is best kept under lock and key. Pieces from history that, should they fall into the wrong hands, could easily reshape countries, perceptions, realities. Rings from guardians long past. Bits and bobs, wands, MacGuffins. The House of Secrets is littered with terrible things. And the Hell Warden guides our two young compatriots. The House of Secrets Library. A place only a handful have ever seen, and fewer still have left. But before we get to that story, in order to go forward, we have to go back. And back we go, as we meet up with Starla in a strange locale. Starla, you were having a delightful diner meal with Loki, when all of a sudden you now find yourselves in entirely different confines. These confines are much darker. The walls appear to be some form of black crystal, and there's definitely the sound of like fluorescent lighting, that electrical sound. There's a hum coming from all around. There's a little bit of light in here, dim, bluish, emanating from one of the walls. But it appears, for all intents and purposes, you are in a windowless cell. What do you do?
It's not good. So you said that I heard the sound of the sound of the fluorescent lights. That's coming from a specific wall, or is it just coming from all around?
It just seems to be bouncing around your cell.
And do I have a ceiling?
Oh yes,
Oh no.
black crystal all around.
I think Starla's first instinct is to try to kick through it. So Starla just starts like banging on the wall to try to find like if there's how sturdy it is, and is there any place that's weaker?
Unless you have some sort of high energy output weaponry, banging doesn't really do much.
Oh no. I honestly, I think I feel like, especially considering Starla has the afraid condition right now, I think they really just start like crying. They're not one to give up very easily, but they don't have a lot of energy. They don't feel like they have a lot of energy to fight after how badly like the House of Secrets went, and like trying to get in and realizing that like they made a deal with someone very powerful that they don't know how easy or hard it's going to be to keep up that deal, and how they even feel about keeping it, because they know that their peers probably wouldn't approve of it.
The voice that spoke to you earlier, hearing you cry, That's fine, but that's not going to get either of us out of here.
Neither of it's, who said that?
My name is Mind. I'm an embodied AI. And right now, two of us are in trouble. Absconded with by someone who has very particular plans and knows a great deal about technology and timelines.
Technology and timelines. And two of us, you mean me and you, right? Or are there two of you?
I was referring to the two of us. I'm not certain how many people are in this facility.
I'm in a facility?
Given the hum of the electricity, the familiar makeup of the black crystalline lattices, stolen tech, I would think that we may be in the Bureau of Observation, or one of the subsidiaries that broke off once the fracturing happened.
Can I assess the situation? To try to
Certainly.
think of who might take me or something like that.
Sure.
Roll superior. Oh, that's a 3.
You can't. You are very confused in this fluster, as you're trying to bring to mind possibilities, contingencies, what you have on you, and all you can think about is that you just were sitting across from Loki, having a diner meal, and then in the blink of an eye, you go from that scene, commiserating about, doing the ill-advised thing, and now all of a sudden, you are in a cell, absolutely windowless, with strange lighting, and some entity that identified itself as a embodied AI is telling you are in a facility of something called the Bureau.
Mind, I have to get out of here. But not alone. Do you know if they brought me in with anyone else? I was with a friend.
Only temporal discharge that I picked up would denote our captor and you. No other flights. Not for some time.
I can't. There are so many people who want me not alive anymore. But honestly, most of them, I can't imagine them capturing me. Most of them just want to kill me.
The Bureau is not in the disposal business. The Bureau likes acquisitions.
So they think I have something. Or know something?
Depends on who's actually behind this. The Bureau, in the minds of most, have become defunct, undermined. Someone from the inside, unidentified. It is splintered off into a number of separate groups, still pulling from coffers and black budgets of the American government.
Mind, I want to help you. I want to get us both out of here, but I don't have any more information. I have no idea. I'm just.
Do you
I'm
have
just
a
in this-
utility belt?
That is a yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes. That's true. I do have a utility belt. I forgot about that.
Do you have anything that emits a high energy frequency?
High energy frequency. I What? I you say wait. So, I am so confused about the chat because I don't know if that's a joke or if that's real.
Remember the utility belt that you absconded with was from Honeybee.
That's true. We're I guess is there a jar of bees? Does that make a high frequency?
There is a bee grenade, one that you've seen
Oh.
used before with quite some gusto that you think you might be able to deploy.
Okay, I think Starla probably takes off their shirt and like tries to wrap it around their head to cover their ears. Probably a little bit because I don't know what this high frequency is going to feel like. And I'm alone in this room, so it's fine. And then I probably detonate the grenade. Maybe on the other side of the room.
I'm not saying this isn't going to work. What I am saying is I'm interested in the ramifications of it working. So go ahead and roll superior for this.
We'll absolutely do that. Superior. Thank God.
Full hit. So you manage to wedge this bee grenade at one of the seams between the walls, and you pull the pin, you crawl to the clear opposite side of the room, and it detonates, releasing a high energy burst with a bunch of nanite infused bioengineered super bees. And that high energy explosion plus a furious swarm that is just there to destroy, has been programmed to do such, manages to form a large crack along the seam and part of the wall of one section of your crystalline chamber. And then, just as things start to die down and the nanites cause the bees to just kind of form into piles of yellow and black goo, the wall shatters and falls apart. It leads out into a technologically advanced, what appears to be part lab, part jail hub.
I immediately go, Mind, are you still there?
Yes.
Do you want to get out of here? Do you want me to help you get out of here?
Affirmative.
Okay. I'm gonna look for you. Is there anything you can tell me about where you might be?
Considering how much noise I heard from whatever device that you used, I shouldn't be too far away. Either the next cell or the cell adjacent to that.
Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna open up all the cells if I can.
We'll get to that. We're going to turn the page. And we're back in the House of Secrets. And we have just entered the library. It is surprisingly claustrophobic in here. Ceiling may just be 7 feet. it is tight in here. The stacks of books and bookshelves forming a sort of maze. Volumes of all sorts of shape and sort, from what appears to be heavily abused copies of me, Catherine Hepburn's autobiography, to tomes that appeared to be made out of some sort of reptilian flesh, branded with strange symbols. All of these books just littered about upon the shelves. No particular or obvious means of organization. Oh,
Knowing Ghost, a biography by Daniel Fenton.
no,
Don't be in here.
Quaint. We like to refer to it as quaint.
Right, quaint. So if I bump into one of these books, am I gonna get like eaten or something, or?
Depends on the book.
Right, so just staying away from the books. Gotcha. Stay away from the books.
Have you seen the Adams Family?
Once or twice.
Now that you are in the library, the light is a bit better. You see the gentleman more clearly. For both our readers, our heroes, and anyone listening, think it an exceptionally young Vincent Price in countenance. That same sort of muscled but railed thin, tall gentleman. It standing confidently self-assured at 6'3" in a room that is only 7 feet tall, and walking with confidence, not seemingly having a worry about where his feet go or missing a step. So, yes, it's very much like the Adams Family. Some of these books are like normal. Others have minds and powers of their own.
I don't suppose you do like a whole like renting system or anything like that?
Books have found a home here. They don't want to leave.
Right. Gotcha. The books don't want to leave. Yeah.
There are a few that do. We keep them under lock and key.
Right. So, not to put a pin on all this. This is a very wonderful spread of books and stuff like that. But I do want to reiterate that I think, well, we think the Corp, along with this time traveler, are on their way here to fuck up your shit. So I don't know if you got like a lockdown procedure or something, but it's probably a good idea.
Time Traveler, I'll try and keep an eye for.
Well.
As for the corporation, I welcome to add them to my collection.
So you're one of those like morally gray magic folks. Okay, gotcha.
I'll put it this way. That sycophant that is giving you all trouble,
Mm-hmm.
Ulysses 2, he's been dead for over a decade. My former apprentice, once he left my service, decided to take that odious individual and gift him to a demon, the individual that is causing you trouble is the simulacra she put in his place.
Wait, so we're not even fighting the real one?
No one has, not for quite some time.
Cool. So we're actually fighting a demon from hell. It's wonderful.
Demons dwell on conflict.
Yeah. It's true. I know when we fought Blue Arctic, he was kind of a really just nasty demon. He's like, I'm going to turn this whole place into the new Ice Age.
Yes, Loki.
So thank you for letting me speak. Thank you for showing us the library. It's very pretty. Is it okay if I see if there's any of the books that might want to be perused by me?
You can certainly try.
I think I'm just going to stand by you just in case things happen.
What's the worst that can happen? I send you back in time again?
Hey, first off, we don't even know if you actually sent me in time or not, or if this was just another thing.
It was probably me. Could I use Out of This World to focus on the cosmic energies and see which books are pulling Loki?
Certainly.
But they're gonna be smarter. Maybe they're not.
Oh, what happens on a miss?
Oh shit, yeah.
Is there something particular that happens?
On a miss, you realize something dangerous or terrible. The GM will tell you what. Shift your labels accordingly.
Oh, delightful.
We
I
don't
was
want a portal
hoping
in
this
here.
would happen. Is that bad?
Can't even walk into a room without something bad going down.
I actually, I have an idea
Okay.
to make it slightly worse for Loki.
We're going to play my favorite game. I want you to tell me how this goes wrong, and I'm going to tell you how it gets worse.
Yay! What's the worst that can happen? AJ's asleep and can't yell at me.
Yeah, it's not like a possum could get sent into another dimension and be owned by a fairy.
Shit, what are they called? Okay. So, I feel like Loki manages to plug into the cosmic ether and is starting to look around, trying to see which scrolls etc. are pulling them closer. But as they get near any that are very strongly trying to pull them, their abilities go a little bit haywire. And they can't tell if it's a genuine pull from the scrolls or if it's one of the scrolls that wants to leave the house. However, with their powers going a little bit haywire, random things start appearing from different dimensions, including just a shit ton of aspects falling from the ceiling and littering the floor with jelly and egg.
That's the best you've got.
Oh, and cake pops, because you hate cake pops.
Why would you tempt the DM to destroy us?
See,
Think that my character is about to die, and I think it's probably because of you.
you're safe.
I feel like
I am insulted that you went so tame.
I don't know what to do.
When I invite you to make things terrible, that is your cue to make things as awful as possible.
Oh, I can make it worse.
You had your chance.
Okay,
Now it's mine.
have fun.
So, strange and terrible foods from times better left forgotten just fly from realities unknown and unbidden into the House of Secrets. And then, well, there is a book that wants out. It is a book about myths, particularly about a black knight, one that has long been dead. Just slips off the shelf, skids across the floor, all that jelly, all that mess. Manages to find its way into a hole of reality. A hole that leads to another house. One that no longer has a mortal keeper. House of Mystery. Once guarded by Julian, the Hell Warden. He had a protege that was the keeper of this house. And then he couldn't accept someone dying. And so used terrible and dark powers to ensure that they lived. And they became the keeper of this house. But then they couldn't handle the burden. They couldn't handle losses. It was too much to bear. And so they left this world and gave control of the house to the Queen of Winter herself, Mab. So the House of Mystery has laid quite cold for quite some time. And from the library of the House of Secrets, the book that was keeping Avalon at bay, the book that was keeping the Black Knight locked away in time and space, finds its way into the hands of the Queen of Winter. But that's a story for another episode. Problem for another day. And we turn the page. And we are back in this facility, possibly of the Bureau of Observation. And Starla has decided to try and find the universal override for the cells and just open them all at once.
That is what Starla has decided to do. Yes. And if that doesn't work, what they're probably going to do is just open cells individually until they find mine, and then on their way out, open whatever cells they can.
Oh no, there's a master override switch. It's quite
Beautiful.
big. It's one of those that take 2 hands.
I know
And
I'm not there, but it's probably not the best idea to open up cells to like folks that you don't know. They could be giant star
I wanna
eaters and shit.
I wanna make it clear that if Layla was in that hallway, Layla would never do this. Starla is mad, has no idea what's going on, is also upset because they think mine said that they didn't see anyone else come in, but Loki could be here. Like, they don't know that Loki isn't here. Like, there's a lot of I promise I'm not just making a chaotic decision.
well, we're going to roll the happy sad die. And we're going to just find out what's in these cells. Okay. I am not going to have you even make a roll. You just push the manual override, and the cells open. I have got good news, and I have bad news. So, this isn't for Starla. This isn't for the Mark. This is for Layla. You a fan of horror movies?
I haven't been in the past. I've seen
familiar
some
with-
of them.
Are you familiar with Cabin in the Woods?
I've seen it once. It's been a while, to be fair.
You know that scene towards the end where they just hit the open all the cells button?
Yeah, I know. I know this scene where they like have to make that big decision. I think I know what you're talking about.
Well, everything in the facility gets loose in that movie and causes problems. Everything in this facility gets loose and it's causing problems. So there are heroes, villains, monsters, devices, automata that have all been freed in a former Bureau of Observation facility that has been converted to a temporary lair for a dimension and time hopping villain who has plans. And those plans involve these people being under lock and key. So, good news, you have caused Wiley problems. Bad news. There are things that are loose in your location that are incredibly hostile to life. Not just your life, which are nearby you. Other bit of good news is out from one of the cells walks a androgynous, lightly black armored figure, wearing a faceless, ear black helm. There is multicolored circuitry running through all this armored suit, and rushes up to you. You didn't need to open every single cell in the facility.
Listen, we don't have time. I needed to get you out as soon as possible. Do you know the way out of this place?
I can try and approximate, but Even still,
Then let's run.
Okay, running now. So we are going on what I like to refer to as a skill challenge. And so you are going to make a choice between two attributes that I will give you for each of these. Depending on how you roll is how far in the facility you are able to get and how often you must take a powerful blow. We are going to make 4 of these. So, between superior and mundane, what would you like to use for your first step?
I think that right now, Starla made a really big and rash decision, so they're probably feeling superior. So I'm just gonna. They both have the same plus, so I'll just use that. Ooh,
Okay.
mark potential.
Yes. And I would like you to take a powerful blow.
Yes. Okay. Where am I going? Which do I
That's
roll
conditions.
for that? Sorry. Conditions. Great. Thank you.
Good.
That's good.
So, in this case, you are rushing along with mind, past one of the open cells, and you just hear this voice. Good day, mate. As the Doomaroo, a villain from the Bureau of Observation's past, just launches itself at you, ready to just cold cock you with a fist a little bit bigger than your skull. Tell me how you avoid getting struck.
I say boomerangs suck, and I dodge out of the way.
They overextend and manage to get their incredibly meaty fist embedded in one of the walls, and are just grunting and trying to pull themselves free with all their might as mind just grabs your hand and immediately yanks you forward.
As mine does that, I yell, "Bet you wish your hand came back."
Now you have a choice of freak or danger.
I think Stowe is feeling a little bit dangerous after that, so we'll try that. It's a 7.
Okay. So you manage to move past these opening of cells. Like, a number of them have just strange and bizarre, like, antiques. One of them contains a box with gold filigree over black lacquer. Another just has a really oddly T-shaped flame fire extinguisher. It's weird. But you come to a T section, and rushing down the corridor is a cobra about the size of a yellow school bus, rushing down, all venom and anger. Tell me how you manage to drive it off.
I have my utility belt on me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have a flashlight?
Yes.
I take it, I go, "Here, boy," and I throw it in the opposite direction of where I want to go to get its attention away from me.
It manages to lock onto that movement and that heat and immediately launches past you in line, clamping towards the clattering flashlight as you guys make your way further out of the facility. And just as things start to seem even more perilous, we turn the page. We're back in the House of Secrets. Julian has sat down. The first time he has sat down since we've seen him. He is resting in one of the few chairs in the library and just looking at the chaos ensuing down this corridor with Loki and Strider. Random food falling from the sky, littering the floor, random portals opening up, swallowing random things, whether it be food or books. And
Look,
just
turn it off. Just turn it off.
Bold of you to assume I can.
Please tell me you did not mess with stuff in here.
I'm not doing anything.
He stares at you, just just a deep, soul-piercing look to see if you're actually trying to lie to him.
Dude, I ain't in control of this. I'm never in control of my powers. This is fine. I don't talk
I think that's something you might want to work on to see if you can get on a I don't know, a leash or something. It's just I don't want to die in here. That's all.
I don't know if this is a good idea or just a terrible one.
okay, I'm interested.
I want Loki to create a moat.
Water in a library.
Wait, a moat? Like as in like a castle moat?
It's a barrier that holds back threats.
Okay.
And Loki is basically gonna grab Strider and step over to the Guardian and set this moat off around the three of them and just be like, so fun thing about my magic, I don't control it a lot of the time.
Don't see it.
Yeah, it's great fun. Do you want me to roll for this?
Well, in order to enact the moat, you need to roll for burn.
Oh yeah, I do. Yay. Holy shit!
Okay. So, mark for a full hit.
That's like... Oh. Yeah, I don't remember what I did. I hold 3.
All right. And with that, you can use one of your flares to create a moat. This mystical barrier.
So... I'm still learning. I'm sorry. At least, I think I'm learning. I don't know anymore. We just cannot... I just go with whatever happens. And it happens.
And with a voice and countenance that says this is not the first time he has said this, I'm not angry or surprised. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, that's worse. Thanks, Dad.
To be fair, he did say not to touch anything.
I didn't touch anything.
He just You did some magic stuff. You touched something.
I did nothing.
It's
If
awfully
you-
smelly in here for it to be nothing.
No, that's fair. So you're not angry or surprised. Why did you let me in the library?
You ass.
Fair enough. Thank you. I wanted dimension travel books.
No, you really don't.
But it was really fun.
Well,
Or anything about the consumption.
I'm gonna make some tea. Who wants some tea? Anybody?
You step out of this thing, you're on your own.
Tea is found in the kitchen. I guess that's where we're going.
Well, I'm just trying to make myself useful here, and this whole this whole spell thing is way out of my purview. So,
Well, good news is we do have ways of cleaning up some of the mess. And just pulls a dust cover off of a stacked pile, and there is a old tube set style TV from like the 90s with the built-in cassette player, like the VHS player, and he just from pile next to it pulls one of the old VHSs that just has like the written on label in pen that just says Ghostbusters, slides it into the VHS player, and the Ghostbusters movie begins to play. As the three of you are whisked away into the kitchen of the House of Secrets. Meanwhile, back in the library, we see manifestations of Ray, Egon, Peter, Winston, just manifest and begin busting the mystical aspects and cake pops and closing up the portals in the library.
Wait.
As
how do we get in the kitchen? You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna question how we got from that place over here. You wizards are weird. Just gonna say that.
who says I'm a wizard?
Not a wizard either. Wizards actually look at books, usually.
It's not the books, it's more the condescension
Oh,
that
yeah.
denotes a wizard.
I just like throwing magic at the walls and see what sticks.
Chaos magicians.
Well, there
Wow.
was.
Blame the cat. It encourages me.
Yeah, you keep saying the cat. That's that primordial force thing, right?
A mystical construct of fate and chaos, trapped, thankfully, within the realm of the collective subconscious and dreamscape.
Right. And it just
What
starts
would
going
happen
through.
if we let it out?
In most cases, the world ends.
Yeah, fun. Good to know.
I see that you got some Earl Grey's chamomile in here. Is there any preference for either you?
I'll take the gunpowder, thank you.
Gunpowder? I don't
Yes,
know.
please.
All right, there's a tin of gunpowder in here. All right, let's see if I can make a tea out of that.
Gunpowder gray. The gunpowder's from an unfortunate ex of mine, but the actual gunpowder tea is mine.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
he thought it was terribly funny to just leave things in random places.
I'll take the gunpowder if you don't want it.
Considering its instability, I wouldn't suggest it.
Okay.
So,
Just thought it'd be funny.
so, do you need us here for anything, or are we good to just like tell you what's happening and then we can bounce? Because I don't know if you've got like a whole arsenal in here and think you can hold your own or something, or what?
Well, again, you have a dimension hopping time traveler. That's a bit of a problem for me.
Yeah.
As for the corporation, I think they are making their presence felt right about. And as he is pouring the leaves of the gunpowder tea into a kettle, there is an explosion. Now,
That's the tea's gonna have to wait.
no, 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 no.
No, keep going.
Trust me. This house responds to brute force in very amusing ways. Here, I'll put it on the telly. And
You're Merlin. That's fine.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
gonna keep growing
Merlin
teas.
is a freaking asshole, and we try not to mention his name here.
Wait,
It's very insensitive.
right, got it. Well,
Brad Pitt looking motherfucker causing constant problems.
note to self: don't mention Merlin in front of the wizards.
Not wizards. Who told you that?
That was in my mind as I wrote it down.
And it producing a early remote just points at a small another tube set black and white TV monitor, turns on, and you see a number of corporate agents. Also see someone of import to someone who isn't present. And that would be the corporation's newest recruit, Callum Walsh, helping to lead the assault on the House of Secrets. And him and a team of lower level corporate agents go through the hole in the side of the building. It appears to lead into an old style armory. And soon as the last one of them steps in, the hole in the building seals shut. And the weapons on the walls animate. And then the screaming starts. But we turn the page to someplace else that has screaming.
Darla
Add-
feels a shiver go down their body and they don't know why.
Congratulations. And now we resume our skill challenge.
Yes, okay.
You have a choice of danger or mundane.
Danger or mundane? I think we're feeling dangerous with all this rolling around. So
Go ahead and roll.
amazing.
Okay. That was a full hit. So, please describe for all of us how the mark handles what can best be described as a large black animate coach made of standard materials, wood, steel, but also seems to be alight in black flames with a screaming headless coachman barreling down the hallway at you in mind.
There are horses.
Yes, there are horses that appear to be made out of shadow.
I think I probably pull mine against the wall, like flush against the wall, and then like try to cut the straps on the horses.
How are you cutting the straps?
That's a good question. I don't know if I have a knife on me or not with my tool belt.
We can say for our general purposes that there is a utility knife that you can use. And so with this, you push mine up against the wall, you make yourself small, slash against the straps holding the horses to the carriage. The horses tug and pull themselves free. The carriage, in the momentum, passes by you. You can feel the coldness of death just rush past you as the carriage itself turns sideways in the hallway and then tumbles end over end with a terrible crash as it moves past you.
I haven't felt something that cold since I talked to my ex-boyfriend.
Nice. And now for one last skill check. You have a choice of superior or freak.
I think even though freak has +2, I think Starla is gonna use superior because I think that's where they're at.
Okay. Let's see it.
And that's an
Wow.
11.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay. And with that, you, alongside mine, managed to navigate the last bit of this maze, cutting down side corridors, avoiding what appear to be automated security details, monsters aplenty. Also moved past without realizing it, Overdrive, who was absconded by Wiley earlier and is in the midst of fighting for their lives in the facility. As you finally make your way out, and as you meet with free air, it is the sight that catches you very much by surprise. You're not in New York. You're not in the Empire State. You're nowhere near. It is terribly cold here. Long petrified trees from an event only now recently coming back into memory scatter the landscape. You're in Russia. You're at Tunguska.
Oh no. I know that I got kidnapped. Did they happen to know that my communicator was my lipstick?
No. You still have your
Now that
communicator.
I'm out of the facility, I'm gonna be like, mind? You do weird technology stuff and also talk in my mind, even though I'm far away. Can you help make sure that this works at all?
The mind trick thing is just using the resonance of your own skull to transmit frequencies, but yeah, I can do the thing. As they just reach out, grab the lipstick and just sort of like look at it, fiddle with it.
Can you like amplify the signal or something, or do you know how we might be able to?
Ore working on it, trying to grab temporary control of a satellite that is currently flying over the region.
Now would be a great time for Loki to create a portal. This would be a good time.
Funny you should mention that. As we turn the page. So, Strider,
Mhm.
you were the first to notice that there is some sort of static coming over your comm.
Hello?
Emergency messaging. Trying to reach. Help. Heroes. Escaping facility. Tunguska.
I just got a thing over my communique. Apparently there's a hero breakout in Tunguska?
Of course,
don't-
assholes would build a facility at the dimensional point in space-time that is a locked event. There's just no accounting for taste these days. Would you like some sugar or cream with your tea? As Julian is looking at Loki.
Do you have any honey? Honey would be nice.
Ah, we'll get some.
Loki's also like sat down cross-legged watching the screen. And just like, come on. How much do you want to bet that that one's gonna drop before that one does?
Have I heard the voice that's over the communique before?
I will let you roll superior. This
Okay.
isn't tied to anything, but I will let you roll to see just how deep in trouble you and Vale got in the past.
Well,
Oh, you
well,
guys got in all the trouble. Okay. Buckle up, kids. We're having a lore drop.
Hey!
So, in a previous issue, in an iteration of a comic where Strider was, well, before Strider,
the Spotlight.
Spotlight,
Spotlight, yeah.
was in Veiled Darkness, issue number 307. They left Empire State to go and deal with a runaway villain who ran off to Xanadu, a protectorate that happened after the Great Corporate Wars of the 90s. Located on one of the Great Lakes is this little city-state named Xanadu. It is ruled over by the tyrant Minas, a tech-based anti-hero that really has an axe to grind with capitalism and the American government. But manage in a strange corporate and regional takeover to establish sovereign territory and pillage the city's wealth. The voice you hear is of the AI that Minas created to manage everything. Mind. Mind, as of more recent years, has went from being a networked AI into a fully sentient, unshackled, embodied AI.
Okay.
One that is exploring morality at this point and has
Dang, Mind, me and you got a lot in common. Let's go.
been given temporary leave of absence from Menace.
So, gotcha. Okay. Let's try to look at this god. Look to the Guardian and ask, do you whoever is on this comm, it looks I think it's the AI that Menace used to have around. He's a real piece of work. I'll get into him in a bit, but
Menace is a unique individual, and we try to avoid them as best as possible because they cause problems.
gotcha. So should we just ignore this call then? Because it seems more bad than it's worth. Maybe? Could be a trap.
Mind doesn't like traps. Menace likes traps. Mind likes, as you were saying earlier, Mind likes riddles. Wizards don't like riddles. Magicians don't like riddles. But AIs love riddles. They're saying something about a hero breakout in Tunguska as Julian starts spooning honey into Loki's tea and looking at Loki. Just say when. And Julian just starts looking with more and more dread as they keep spooning more and more honey into the tea, just looking slowly and slowly the realization of horror as this tea becomes almost more honey than tea.
Loki waits until it's literally like a mug of honey. He's like, when? And like just lifts it and starts chugging the honey.
Are you sure you're not part dragon?
I mean, no.
Deeply unfortunate. So, no, you should probably answer Mind's summons. If I somehow manage to dial into you and get past my wards, that means...
I don't know either.
The AI is desperate to reach out for help.
Mind, you okay? This is Strider.
Assistance. Portal. Over.
Portal? What? Coordinates. Anything?
Tunguska.
Julian, is it okay if I make a slight portal?
I would just request that you use the portal room for that. Otherwise, it tends to get messy.
Okay. Where is it?
Just knocks on the cupboard he was using earlier and just opens it. Right through there.
Perfect. Loki goes in there and like sits in the middle and is like, okay.
I think Strider, once he sees that a cupboard is the way into the room, it's just like, architecture in this place makes no sense whatsoever. Oh my god. He's just complaining to himself because this doesn't make any sense to him at all.
Even with your underscaled mutterings, you just hear Julian say, "House is evil and haunted. It does what it wants."
Right. on it.
And so you make your way into the portal room. Loki,
Yes.
how would you like to open the portal with your powers?
Reality storm.
Okay, you're just spending?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm
So,
gonna spend 2. Because then I don't cause unwanted collateral damage. I only cause wanted collateral damage.
noted. So you open this portal. The light that is associated with your powers and how it manifests these tears in reality. It starts to try and tear the hole, but then the runes in the summoning circle in this room begin to light and take a hold of the energy that you're outputting and acts as an anchor and focus. And as the runes light up, one after another, finally a portal forms. And back in Tunguska, outside Bureau of Observation Black Site Facility, a Mark and Mind see a portal open up in the ground. What do you do?
Hey, Mind, take my hand so we're both safe. And then let's jump in.
Mind takes your hand, and you both leap. And it doesn't feel like so much as falling. As soon as you hit the portal, it feels as though your sense of orientation just goes completely haywire. Like
Grow
right
up.
is left, left is right. Yep. It's a bad time. Good news, because of the extra flare expenditure, you don't throw up on yourself. Bad news, that vomit is going to go somewhere, somewhen, and we don't know. It is just going to emerge at some point in space and time. Just not now. And so Strider, Loki, a green, somewhat haggard looking Starla, accompanied by this black suited, multicolored lit, faceless masked individual come through the portal. As just as they step through, the portal flickers off.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
my god.
Oh,
Hey
hi,
guys,
Mark.
this is my new friend. This is Mind. Does anyone have a breath mint? It's not good in here right now. That was a lot.
Holds out a cup of mint tea.
I just down it. I just immediately down it.
Wonder where you went off to.
Well, where I went off to, that's not exact. So, I got kidnapped and I was in a prison facility.
A Skanga,
that
right?
was, yeah, and it was the Bureau of Observations took me, or at least the facility used to be used by the Bureau of Observation. I'm confused about who took me and why. I mean, I pissed a lot of people off, but it was just a weird situation. But anyways, I also released all the prisoners. And so whoever survives and makes it out will probably have to be dealt with by Russian superheroes.
So while
It
Strider's
seemed
trying
like
to
a good
process all
idea at the
this,
time because I could tell that whoever took me was probably bad. And if they wanted to I figured the other people who were imprisoned were probably bad. I didn't really check, but there's some really funky stuff down there, and it's very dangerous. And yeah, I made a decision, but I'm here.
I'd like to make a been reading the files roll on this bureau.
Please. Full
12.
hit.
Okay.
So many full hits today. You guys are rolling so hot. Okay. Let's
I'm going to hit tell the team one important detail you've learned from your studies.
yes.
You know, 10 plus, ask a follow-up question, then they answer it honestly. So, I guess the bureau's just been kind of a more of a collecting and like, hey, this person has the potential to like destroy the world or a timeline or whatever, and that's where they house them. Right?
What?
Or is that different from what I've remembered?
That is one of the things that they do. That I will put it this way: the white paper, the stated objective goals of their funding, is most certainly that. Most certainly. However, the Bureau of Observation likes to make superheroes? Question mark?
Oh, okay.
They acquire things that shouldn't be out there, and individuals who have powers, especially the dangerous ones, and yes, by all means, they put them in a secure and safe facility for their own good as well as the rest of the world's. They also like to take their genetic code and splice it with other things and other people to make their own super soldiers to use for projects.
So, a 10 plus, you have to answer this honestly. Are they bad guys?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright, then Strider's like, oh, cool. You fucked up their day. Nice.
I mean, the people messing around with genetics are bad guys?
Well, we can get into the whole like ethical consumption of genetic tech at a later date. Right now, glad you're back. Welcome,
too.
Mind.
By the way, where are we?
House of Secrets. This is Julian. It's the Guardian.
A hand comes through a small door, just sort of waves.
Hi, Julian. Nice to meet you. How did you guys get in?
Walked in through the front door, yeah?
Yeah, I guess that's an option. Okay, so, like, any updates? Like, what's going on? We're here. Have the villains come, or what?
Oh,
Give
you
like
need
the
to see this.
full down low.
Yeah,
This-
you guys can gather around the TV monitor. Most of the task force that made their way into the armory have been thoroughly thrashed. They're all in a pile of semi-conscious bodies. And are
Oh my god, is that?
currently being wrapped up in a carpet that is itself animate. And then what may very well be Al Capone's Louisville Slugger is just beating the hell out of the wrapped up group. As it seems to be almost like sorcerers apprenticing its way out of the room and into the hallway. And yes, you
Do
see a very
I-
recognizable face.
Oh my god, he's here? This is honestly
Who's here?
maybe the best thing that's happened to me in a while. It's my ex, and he's getting the shit kicked out of him. It's amazing. Hey, do you know if there are any bow and arrows in this place? I don't think I have mine.
Are there bow and arrows? Yes. Are there bow and arrows that you should use? No.
Yeah, he asked us not to touch anything when we came in, because
Okay. Well, so the House of Secrets could it's taking care of all the bad guys. We don't even have to do anything.
It takes care of certain ones. The ones that
always
choose to use brute force and have no idea about finesse, it handles quite readily, because the house is evil and haunted. It's those that actually have a mind. Sorry for the pun. That cause both myself and the house consternation.
Okay. So what are we doing to prepare for whoever probably is going to come next?
Well, I made tea.
I drank
Oh.
honey tea.
Tea?
Yeah.
I'm more of a coffee person myself, but I do appreciate it. Not to be rude. I don't know if that's rude. But yeah. Do you have coffee or do you only have tea?
There's a thing of concentrated cold brew in the refrigerator.
Can you take me there, please? If that's okay?
The head that's been popping through this tiny door, the hand just sort of beckons you this way, and you come into a very sort of retro hipster but bizarre, think of a 1950s kitchen if it was owned by the Baba Yaga. And that's the kitchen. And so you go to that, late 60s, early 70s refrigerator freezer that will outlive all of us, and open the door, and yeah, there's a large thing of concentrated cold brew.
I pour a glass and I chug that, and then I pour another glass, and then I put it back, and I will probably just sip on that. And also, while we're moving through the house, can I be looking out for those things that I'm supposed to have for the person?
Things that you were supposed to acquire for Lovelace?
Yes.
Yes, you can be on the lookout for those.
And I'm guessing Julian is with me right now, or is it just a
yes.
floating hand? Yes.
it's
Okay,
Julian.
cool.
So
Also,
I think we all just leave the room that we were in to go to the kitchen.
do I also another question, and I'm not trying to overwhelm you with questions, but do I recognize what he's wearing versus what I saw in the window when I fell?
it's very much sort of the same silhouette. But I will give you this. He looks a lot more thin than the silhouette that you saw.
I'm gonna write that down.
So, Julian, so what exactly do you plan to do once Mr. Doctor Who shows up?
Your coyote. That's what I remember you
I
referring.
think his name is Wiley. I think Coyote is Loki's like a nickname for them.
I turned him into a coyote.
That
Julian.
trust me. that never ends up the way that you're hoping.
Damn.
There are certain animal forms that are tied to certain spiritual avatars, and when you empower something to their forms, it just causes nothing but problems. Do not take a time-traveling, dimension-hopping trickster and put them in the body of a trickster god.
That's fair.
Makes sense.
I'd like to pierce the mask on him.
Sure.
Because he mentions, like, trickster. I want to see what he's up to.
Kayla, you took the word right out of my mouth. I'm so glad we're playing together.
8, so yeah, so I get to ask one. I guess, what are you really planning, Julian?
He's planning on using whatever's happening to find out what precisely happened to his apprentice.
Gotcha, okay. So this isn't fucking Wily in disguise. Okay. Okay. Better relax at that. Like, I don't suppose you mind if we go and interrogate the other folks? If they've not been beaten to death by Al Capone's baseball bat?
Oh, Al doesn't like to kill. Al just likes to maim. It's the garrote you have to worry about, but she is locked up tight as occurred. But they're deposited out in the front porch.
Okay.
If you want to head outside, you can. The house has got a nasty habit of having its own mind about things once you leave.
Hey, house. Want to be friends?
I don't know if you can be friends with an evil house. Like, just haunted is one thing.
Well, I mean,
but
evil's a very subjective thing, and plus, like maybe it's had like a change of heart or something. I don't know. Maybe it needs a friend.
hey, house.
The
I'd
walls
like a
begin
friend.
to weep blood. The pantry doors begin to flap and flutter. There's bad cackling. The flames just appear at random before it finally settles down.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. That felt like
I want to comfort
enthusiasm.
the house. I want to try to make friends with this house.
Yeah.
It's a 9 to comfort and support the house.
You get the sense that if you want to be friends with it, you need to kill at least this many people.
Wait, can I pierce the mask of the house?
You can attempt.
I'm gonna try to pierce the mask of the house. So I need to roll plus mundane.
Like, so house, have you ever thought about maybe like not killing
Do I add
folks?
anything to that? No, I got a 6.
Mark potential. Swing and a miss.
It's a swing and a miss.
Hard to read a evil, possessed, haunted house. Hard to read.
Yeah, I feel that.
Well, gang, we got the mark
House.
back.
That's
I
true.
think we-
House. Oh, sorry. I just wanted to ask the house. I know that we're not friends because you don't want to be friends, and that's okay. I respect that boundary. You know, you choose your friends. But in case you felt compelled to lend a bow and arrow that will not hurt me to an acquaintance, I feel like we're acquaintances at this point. That'd also be great. Maybe.
Wait, do you want
It's
the
just kind of
the
my whole
house
thing.
to kill somebody?
Well, first of all, if the house can do whatever it wants to my ex, and I will be appreciative. Um, Trust
What
me,
did your
he's
ex
real
do to
bad.
you?
Oh, um, stuff. He was, I mean, he's just bad. He's just really, I mean, he's out there right now, right? So he's obviously bad.
And as you say, he's just out there. He's no longer just out there. In fact, none of them are just out there.
I go out there.
You ask the house for something.
House,
They're
what did
not
you
there.
do with everybody?
We turn the page. And for our dear readers, those who know the history of the House of Secrets, of Julian the Hell Warden, and of the Mythfits, a previous young superhero group now long disbanded. These individuals, not the carpet's back in the house, so is the baseball bat, but these individuals find themselves not in the Empire State anymore. On the lovely coast of California, in Sunset City, there is a skyscraper called the 3M Tower. And these individuals from the corporation have been deposited in the top floor suite of a lawyer, part of a law firm more commonly known as Rose and Thorn. And they are all sitting at a nice long table, very well appointed leather seats. Everything seems really pleasant, very crisp, clean, and corporate, except for one small detail. They are all firmly cuffed to the chairs. And in a very complimentary three-piece suit and 8-inch stiletto heels stands one of Julian, the Hell Warden's exes. Most folks know her as Liz. Her real name is Elizatrixis, a demon lord that somehow, through mystical means, got out of the pit and is just masquerading as a lawyer on the mortal plane, and is taking right now a poker out of her fireplace, and says, "Alexa, play I Can't Decide." And the Scissor Sisters' I Can't Decide begins to play, as we just see a large half-page panel of a series of shadows coming from flame and the screams of men and women. We turn the page. Back out on the front porch of the House of Secrets. Starla, what are you doing?
Oh, I thought we're not in the kitchen anymore. Oh, I go out.
You went out.
So I went outside. Okay, cool. Okay, so they're not here anymore. That's good. I would worry about where they went, but I don't care. Yeah, guys, this is well, I don't think anyone followed me, did they? Did they follow me? Did everyone follow me? Is anyone else here?
No.
Okay, then I go back inside.
We'll get to that in a moment. You left and you went back in. So, Strider, Loki, you see the monitor that was showing everything flicker. You also notice that Julian's nowhere to be found anymore.
Julian? Odd time to go for a bathroom break, bud.
Mine, you can't find anywhere. And the monitor, when it finally stops flickering, shows Wiley in the library. And him with his goggles and, his sort of like more trackwear outfit, just waving to the camera.
I want to provoke him.
Yes.
I want to provoke Wiley to come get his ass in here. He's got to come to us, not the other way around.
Roll that superior.
So, provoke someone.
Oh. All right.
It's an 8.
Okay, that is more off of my choices versus your choices.
Yeah, they stumble, they err, they overreact. Basically, I'm just like, look, I'm tired of the whole magical grand entrance thing, and I'm pretty sure that you can hear us. Look, we got some tea if you want to talk in the, the kitchen.
It's not that Wiley falters. It's that the house gives you a critical opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
As you notice a distortion on the screen that you're looking,
Mm-hmm.
and you recognize that the cupboard door that's open
Mm-hmm.
now appears to be a door that is open behind Wiley.
So,
What do you do?
look to Loki. It's like, I got this. And I'm just feel like I'm gonna go over to it like I'm trying to get tea. It's like we got some Earl Greys, we got a whole bunch of stuff in here. Like if I feel like you're a big cardamom guy, and I'm going to definitely pull out a little like stun sticker out of my my belt. I'm gonna shoot it out to try to hit him with it through the cupboard while I'm pretending to get tea. So he gets stunned or shocked or whatever.
Go ahead and directly engage a threat.
Oh yeah. No! Damn it.
Or, mark potential.
Um,
You throw this thing, and it is on perfect trajectory. But before it can impact the back of Wiley's head, a cake pop falls from the ceiling and intercepts your projectile, getting the stun sticker embedded in the cake pop, and the cake pop explodes. Loki, would you like to do anything?
Yes.
What would you like to do?
So Loki can see Wiley through the thing.
Yes.
There's also the doors. Loki's gonna go through the cupboard door.
Okay.
And I need something to make this decision for me. That's not me.
All right. I am all for this.
Oh shit.
What's happening?
Evens mean you can divide by 2. Dividing by 2. Loki's gonna try and open a portal to put half of Wiley into another dimension.
Okay. Okay.
I'll, like, try to split him down into 2 pieces?
Yeah,
Hey.
Loki
Like
doesn't
that
like
magic
him.
trick where like someone's in a box and then you pull the box apart and it's 2 separate pieces of a person.
Something like that, but more death, probably.
You know, the thing that Doc Strange should have done with confronting Thanos, just the power of portals.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll freak.
This is freaky. That's for sure. I love it.
So that is a partial hit.
Well,
So you've got choices to make. You can either mark a condition, or I will tell you how this effect is unstable or temporary. What would you prefer?
that last word. What is it?
You mark a condition, and it goes off, or I can tell you how this is unstable or temporary.
I think it's gonna go with unstable or temporary.
Okay. So, considering you rolled a die, I'm going to respect that. I'm going to respect what you did, and I'm going to roll the happy sad die. Okay.
Oh no.
So, I have got great news and terrible news.
Great.
The good news: you have managed to fully shunt Wiley out of the House of Secrets. He has found himself mystically inconvenienced.
Great.
We'll turn the page and find out where he landed in a moment. However, the house did not like that.
Shit.
And so you don't find yourself in the same house anymore.
Great.
And we turn the page and we find out where Starlight ended up.
Hello.
The thing about these mystical houses is they're all interconnected. There are a number of them throughout time, space, and history. And when you decide to leave the House of Secrets, after the House of Secrets thought it did you a mighty fine favor, in disposing of someone the house felt you had no love for, and had a martial sense of vengeance in your heart. But then you left the house's embrace and it feels betrayed. And when something evil feels betrayed, it lashes out. And so it sends you to one of the next to most inhospitable places it can think of and has access to. And so you find yourself in a different house. A house that we've already in a way mentioned earlier in this issue. You find yourself in the House of Mystery. It is incredibly cool. Unearthly so. The room that you're in is coated in a thin sheet of ice. Almost like Winter described Chronicles of Narnia. There's even a little bit light dusting of snow raining from the ceiling. And you hear the howling wind as it courses past you. And in this frigid hellscape that makes no sense, there is the crunching feet a distance behind you down the hall. We don't get visitors here. We don't like visitors here.
I am not trying to be a visitor, and I currently don't like being a visitor here. I'm not really a visitor. I'm more of someone who was put here. God damn it, I can't get to that house no matter how hard I try. I finally get in. Yeah, hello. If you would point me to the exit of wherever I am, I will leave.
The figure finally steps into the light. A woman of unnatural, upsetting beauty. Six foot six, barefoot, blue skin.
Mommy, sorry.
Oh, we can get into that later here. Long, multi-digit fingers. You gaze upon the countenance of Queen Mab, Queen of Winter. There is no accent. And we turn the page.
I love
As
that this episode has been me getting caught in cold places quite a lot.
there seems to be an unintended theme. And now, for something completely different. So, Strider, Loki, you find yourselves in interesting, familiar confines. You're no longer in the House of Secrets. You're instead in a very familiar back alley.
These Rockies?
You're out behind Rockies.
That nice small pizza. Is that how that is for most, like, magic stuff? They just kind of kick you out?
No, I think I pissed that house off. You know, this is a time.
'Cause
I have a great and terrible idea.
And as you say that, I issue you to a challenge.
Oh, shit.
As
Daddy?
an
Skydive?
8-foot tall possum
Oh, no.
in golden armor of a knight wielding a massive sword and shield, points at the two of you with the sword at one of the two exits in this back alley.
I think Strider is just gonna say, "What the fuck, man?"
Hey, buddy. How was the Feywild?
By Queen
What do you-
Titania's honor, I challenge thee.
Cool.
Wait, is this... You're the pizza possum.
Yeah, he is.
You're Gary. This is...
I told you I did a thing. Okay, so my previous plan is gonna happen. I want to see what happens when I do a double reality storm in the same place.
No.
Centered on the same thing.
Look, hold on. Let's not get into a fight with magic or with swords or whatever. By the way, I love the suit. It looks great on you. I don't think we have time to do a duel though. Can we reschedule that for like next week? I got some time open at like Tuesday, 4 p.m.
Loki kicks off a reality storm.
Do you have the flare points for that?
Nope. I want to do it. Do the burn thing.
Okay, let's see you do the burn thing.
Yes! Another 3. Well,
How much are you spending on this reality storm?
I can do more than just one.
You can spend more than one burn to keep the collateral damage down.
What if I don't care about collateral damage?
Oh,
I
we
am
can deal
right
with that.
there.
Oh, we can delightfully deal with that.
I am right there. My life is important. We are teammates.
You don't count as collateral damage?
I beg to differ.
Oh, okay.
It depends on whether or not you see Strider as innocent in this situation. If Strider is innocent, then it's collateral, I think. Or no, that's casualty.
I didn't say it, folks. That wasn't me. That
Just
was
wanted
not me.
to. I just wanted to play Nightwing / Captain America, and I don't know what's happening anymore. I don't know what strings are going down.
The good news is that depending on what happens with this reality storm, at least a part of you might end up flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when we were the heroes?
I
I'm
don't.
still trying to be
I do not.
one.
Me either.
I think we stopped being heroes the day we sent the possum through the portal in the first place.
That was it.
You know, like minute 15?
Yeah. Loki's not had caffeine this episode.
You had gunpowder tea. You have had caffeine in a whole heck of a lot. Sure.
What happens with the rift? What happens with the reality of it?
I need to know how many points of burn are being spent on this.
I just need to know if I need to, like, go back in time again or something.
Can I use all 3 burn?
To do what, per se? Because usually it's 1 or 2.
Oh. He's big.
Oh, he's big.
Make him bigger.
Okay.
Could have just
I dare
plied
you.
him with pizza. We could have just bought him a slice and said, like, hey, let's not fight.
I want to. Okay. Why do I want to turn the possum into the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? Just make him huge.
Is that all you want to do?
No, that was just part of it.
Okay.
I would like to then drop him in the same dimension I dropped Wiley in.
Okay.
So, like,
Oh, genius.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man sized possum in armor, ready to murder. Just the Wiley.
Okay. Those are very vague definitions. I can work with that. Go ahead and roll me freak.
What the fuck?
So
Yes.
that's a full hit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please put your tray tables into the upright positions. Make sure that your belt buckles are firmly fastened. We are about to go on a trip.
Yeah, just hit me. Just hit me. Here we go.
I'm so excited.
Strider's like that one guy that's like watching the tip of the roller coaster, and he's just like, "Yep, just hurry it up. Yep, let's go."
The ball is rolling possum. Let's go.
So, yes, the possum gets bigger. Not necessarily stay big, but the possum gets bigger. The possum is sent to the same plane Wiley is on.
Oh no.
That is true. That is a thing that has happened. Plane. Use the term plane. It's very large, vague. So they're on the same plane. You got that. And it is large, and by nature, something that massive on a plane is by its nature rampage. It can't help it, because when you just step somewhere, all of a sudden, oops, that's a village. So that has occurred. What has also occurred? Used a reality storm in a place you've already used reality storm. In a space and timeline that has already been destabilized. Reality is taking some heavy hits here, folks. And fantastic news. You find both yourself, Loki, Strider. You are along for the ride because collateral damage was not turned off.
Yep.
And the best news I can say is that you are dimensionally adjacent to where the mark is. Dimensionally adjacent. The bad news is you find yourselves in Avalon.
Oh no. Oh shit.
In Avalon?
What the? Well,
Is it at least cold there too?
Loki, I was like expecting us to end up in like a big old space monster's like stomach, but flowers are actually pretty nice change of pace.
Strider, this is worse than a space monster's stomach.
Well, is this one? Is this
there.
one of those like pop like these poppy plants before like Oz, where they make you go to sleep or whatever?
You know how he said about the Queen. He was.
Oh
telling us
no,
This-
Faye,
yeah.
we're dealing. Okay.
We're dealing with the Fae. We just yeeted ourselves into their home. And I just sent their possum, which I initially gifted them, to another dimension and made him bigger.
Good news! You can see the possum from where you're sitting.
Great, we're dead. We're dead.
It's like you put him in a copy machine and put it on 1,000%. He big.
Oh no.
He's coming round the mountain when he comes.
He'll be
Round
coming.
the mountain when he comes.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended. As I'm staring up at him. But you have slumbered but here while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding but a dream.
If only you guys had the theater major there. That
Wiley's here.
It's like, I
too.
read it, I didn't play it out.
Where the fuck is Wiley?
On the page. Wiley, now unfortunately having the head of an ass, is having his.
I thought something was different.
It's a bit different. Is currently having his mane stroked by Queen Titania. Those
Oh, are we in front of her?
No.
Okay.
Different part of the realm. As she is just gently stroking his mane. Those children just keep giving me gifts. It's fantastic. I have such plans for you, my darling boy. As we can see, Wiley entirely entranced. This metal level thread you have gifted to the Queen of the Summer Court. And now he is in sorcery. Turn the page. And back in the house of mystery. A hand touches your shoulder, Starlight.
My turnaround.
You see a masculine figure. White as his countenance is pale as a corpse. It looks like he's wearing the outfit of like a 1940s cabbie. Sorry about this. My name's Arthur. You need to run now.
You know what? I'm good at running, and then I take off in the opposite direction of where I was looking. So probably in the opposite direction of him.
And we just get this little bit of dialogue as you run away. I am quite upset I had to take my lunch break for this. But okay, Grandma, let's go another round. And he just rushes off, turning black like a wraith. And clocks Mab right across the jaw. And we just see Starla running through the halls of the House of Mystery having no idea where to go. And that, my friends, is where we're going to end tonight's issue of Masks Advanced Studies. So, that was something.
Yes, it was.
Oh, thank you all so much for being here for tonight's tale. And I definitely want to send you off to find where you can locate these wonderful people, the projects that they're up to, and if there is nothing we have learned over the past 2 years, you need good people in your life, and these are good people. So, first and foremost, Kayla, how are you doing, friend? Where can we find you, and what is the next issue of Strider?
I'm doing all right. I think you can find me on Twitter and Twitch.com at Kaleidoscopes. I am a game designer and writer. And currently, I am looking for more game work and stuff like that. So if you're interested, hit me up. As for Strider, I think the latest issue is going to be a new storyline. And it is, I think it is, the picture is going to be of Strider trying to like grapple gun up to a space. But you can see that it's been torn by what seems to be like some sort of like a ratarang. And you see like a figure with a claw that's kind of perched to look at him. And I think it's called Rat Out of Hell. That's what it's called.
I adore this.
Yeah.
I absolutely adore this.
Yeah.
We are going to find out more about this rat person before next
Yeah.
week, folks. I have ideas.
Yeah.
So again, I love working with all of you because you all just give me so much good stuff. Someone who is always ready to press the big red button is Faye. How are you doing, friend? Where can we find you? What are you up to? And what is the next issue of Loki?
I'm doing great. I have no problems with what is going on whatsoever. I'm sorry, Strider. Where you can find me on Almost Faye on the 3Ts of the internet, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok, where I do cosplay and I don't know. And yeah, if you're wanting a little dash of chaos, just a little sprinkling like Salt Bae, hit me up. This was me trying not to be chaotic for this game, so yeah. The next issue of Loki, I literally yes. So last time we had Alice in Wonderland with the cat. This time it's almost like Loki meets a double of them. The fear in your eyes, Pope. Something went wrong, and now there were two Lokis. Both as chaotic as each other, one slightly less good. And it's basically the chaos of the two of them trying to reform into the original Loki. And all of the hijinks that ensue, and many reality storms going off everywhere.
That is cataclysmically bad, but definitely something not to miss. Someone who never misses the mark is Starla, played by Kayla. I mean Layla. How are you doing, friend? Where can we find you? And what is the next issue of the mark?
Right now, you can just find me here, but if you're ever looking for a player, please hit me up because I will try to make time for it. I am very busy this month. But I will be less busy after this month. Starla's issue. Starla's issue is actually relatively pretty simple. So Starla is at school. Um, and Starla isn't part of the archery team because they don't have time, but they do like have like this thing where they like shooting with other people. They used to get to do it when they were like a supervillain. There were other people who use bows and arrows. But the only way they really get to do that now is they go to the archery club and they just shoot with people. And there's this one girl in the archery club who like pretends to be bad, and then Starla will like show them how to like shoot the bow again, and like they both know that she knows how to shoot the bow, but they pretend like they don't know that she knows how to shoot the bow, and they just flirt like that basically every time.
I absolutely adore this. This is fabulous. Um, Again, always a fabulous time with all of you. And as for me, if you're looking for my silly face, hey everybody, Poke here, Poke Robo on Twitter, Poke Robo on Twitch. I'm lurking all your streams. If you want to see me, next thing coming up is this Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern over on Dalgrian's channel. We continue on with the Apocalypse and Defiant, the Trail of the Dead. My poor reformed devil is having a terrible time, as he keeps getting phone calls, keeps getting delayed from being able to see his spouse, and was just recently attacked by wolves made of broken glass. So we feel bad for our bad boy. If you want to see me suffer, tune in 9 p.m. Eastern over on Valdriath. For something completely different, tune in to Weave a Tale 3 p.m. Eastern on Sunday for some good doggos in Pugmire What Lies Buried. It is a Redwall family-friendly inspired story. They just dealt with their own Fae problems, escaped, met with an oracle, had a fortune read, and now they're facing down a giant rat of all things. So there's seemingly strange amount of crossover there. But yes, you can see our very good and also somewhat chaotic doggos 3 p.m. Eastern Sundays over on Weave the Tale. And then on Wednesdays, you can catch me over at Follow Black Cats for the spy game, Hexcrawl, where our disaster spies are desperately trying to escape the Cayman Islands. Things went terribly wrong. This op was supposed to be the quiet one. It went loud, and now the Royal Navy is after us all. So if you want to see a group almost as chaotic as this one, in modern day spy thriller action, tune in Wednesdays over on Follow Black Cats. Also, I want to shout out one last thing. There is a lot of different charities and charity drives going around right now. I know it's not the normal season for that. That is typically closer to the holidays, but it is desperately needed, folks. Where that is Roll versus Evil, a nonprofit just started up by the nice folks over at Modifius, or say Mermaids Quality, Texas, wherever you will see the best of the TTRPG community coming together right now to raise funds for charity for a bunch of worthy causes. I know burnout can be a thing. Take care of yourselves. But if you have the time, you have the money, you have the wherewithal, please, 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 when you see those tweets go out, retweet, help promote, show up in chat if you can, give if you can, because this is one of the few ways we have to try and make this world a better place, to tap in our own potential for growth. So give if you can. Thank you all so much for being here. Whether live, VOD, YouTube, a story is nothing without its audience. You are much part of this as we are. Thank you all so much. And as we head out, we are going to raid the wonderful folks over at We Are Nerdsmith. So stay tuned for that. They always put on a fun time over there. And till next time, take care of yourselves and one another. See you soon.